Hello mga ka-night shift ballers. Nandito tayo sa episode 4 ng ating After Dark Podcast. Ang unang guest natin walang iba kundi si The Village Boy, JP Aaron.
Gusto ko ya.
Kumusta?
Okay lang.
Welcome sa ating podcast.
Thank you,
si
thank
JP ay naglalaro last season, first season niya last season sa Mr. Sisig. So JP, ano ang unang, dahil na-experience mo ang SBC, ano yung pinaka-memorable moment mo last season?
Siguro yung pinaka-memorable, actually, to be honest, wala akong ma-pinpoint. Like, nung halos lahat ng games, like, memorable talaga kasi naramdaman ko talaga yung camaraderie namin sa team. Ayun, di ako makapili ng specific na.
Kasi parang, ang ganda ng season nyo no? So, parang sa playoffs lang kinapos. Ano yung sa tingin mo na nagpakilala ka sa SBC sa tingin mo?
Ayun, yung nag-player of the game ako, kalaban sa ano nga yun?
Yung flip side.
Flip side. Doon.
So, parang yung dating na yun is, hindi ka kilala no?
Hindi ka kilala.
Tapos yung pasa, yung finish, yung laruan mo, guard yung laruan mo talaga, no? O forward?
Hindi. Na-develop ko lang yung pagiging point guard ko nung pandemic. Nung pandemic lang talaga. Kasi nung elementary ako hanggang nung mid-high school, big man talaga yung laro ko.
Big man, no?
Malaki ako.
Matangkad kasi, no? Pag sa Pilipinas kasi, pag matangkad, ibig sabihin,
big man
kailangan poste, mga ganyan. Big guard ka agad o nagsimula ka sa point guard?
Poste talaga. Big man talaga. Big man talaga nung elementary. Kasi nung nag-start kasi ako basketball nung grade 4, grade 5.
Grade 4, grade 5.
Ako yung pangalawang pinakamalaki sa aming team. Kaya no choice talaga.
So, grade 4 pa lang, nagbabasketball ka na.
Varsity.
So, varsity. Nag-varsity ka na, grade 4 pa lang.
Elementary.
So, anong school?
Ateneo de Iloilo.
Wow, Ateneo. So, nung grade 4 hanggang grade 7 yan, di ba? Yung sa Ateneo dyan?
Hindi. Hanggang elementary hanggang grade 12.
So, hanggang grade 12. Ako nga pala, bata ako. Nakubuto mo may K-12. So, hanggang grade 12, varsity ka.
Hindi. Putol-putol yung varsity ko eh. Nung nung elementary, grade 4 to 6, then steady doon. Tapos nung nag-high school ako, medyo nawalan ako ng gana sa basketball kasi walang development eh.
Ano yung pinagkaiba ng nilaro mo doon sa nilaro mo dito?
Yung pinagkaiba doon, mas naging magaling ako.
Kasi parang everyday ka ba nagpa-practice o nung nasa Pilipinas ka o
Hindi.
Mas nagpa-practice ka dito?
Mas nagpa-practice ako before pandemic, parang nawalan ako ng gana ng basketball kasi alam ko sa sarili ko baka wala tong patutunguhan. Pero nung dumating yung pandemic, hanggang kasi doon sa amin, hindi kasi bawal mag-basketball kasi nasa loob kami ng subdivision. Doon ako nahasa maglaro ng...
So like everyday naglalaro kayo? Mga ilang oras yun kada araw?
Hanggang mga 3 to 4 hours hanggang gabi.
Sino ang favorite player mo?
Kobe
talaga. So mula pagkabata hanggang ngayon, Kobe pa rin. Pero meron ka bang idol nung sa tingin natin na alam mo yun, lagi mo nakikita, gusto kong gayahin to, ito yung ang ganda talaga maglaro dito, mga ganyan.
Ngayon? Sa ngayon?
Hindi, nung dati. Kahit nung sa Pilipinas ka.
Wala.
Kumbaga,
Hindi kasi ako updated dati doon sa kasi yung basketball ko dati, pang lang, laro-laro lang, hindi yung sineseryoso ko talaga.
So kapag ikaw, nag-basketball ka, after ng basketball, hindi ka na naghahanap ng yung balita sa basketball, mga ganyan. So, nagpapawis, okay ka na.
Yung pinagkaiba siguro, yung sistema.
Yung sistema? Ano yung sistema ba sa Pilipinas nung naglalaro ka?
Wala, kanya-kanya. Kanya-kanya talaga. Kasi minsan, pag ikaw talaga yung inaasahan, ikaw talaga yung gagawa para sa lahat.
So, parang buhat ganyan. Pero dito, lahat
talaga gawa.
Ay, pagpustahan ka ba nung sa Pilipinas?
Hindi. Wala.
Kasi village boy talaga siya. Nung season 4, bago ka, di ba? Sino yung sa tingin mo yung pinaka-matinding nakalaban mo?
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah. Kasi binantayan mo yun nung no?
Lakas. Basta wala na dyan.
Ano yung sa tingin mo na strength ni Jeremiah na ang hirap pigilan?
Ang predictability niya.
Going to season 5, syempre mag-a-adjust ka na sa laruan dito. Ano yung personal training o sa tingin mo kailangan mong gawin para sa season 5 mas pumasok ang laro mo?
Siguro yung personal training ko is mas magpapakondisyon. Kasi
Pakondisyon.
nung bago ako dito, wala talaga ako sa kondisyon eh. Like, walang gym, walang takbo.
Oh,
like, puro basketball lang.
Oo, ilang kilos yung nabawasan mo ngayon?
Lima.
Di ba? Kasi parang nag-basketball ka dito, parang nagulat ka, may ganito palang competition, di ba, na so yung Jeremiah, sino sa tingin mo na sabi natin, pinakamagaling na nakalaban mo sa SBC, sino pinakamagaling na player sa tingin mo?
Based on sa nakikita ko, yung overall na solid talaga maglaro, Axel. Kompleto.
Kompleto regado. So parang kumbaga pwedeng pumasa, rebound, pwedeng shoot, umiscore. So parang si Axel nandun na sa point na na lahat nakikita siya eh.
Oo,
Diba? Lahat ng aspect ng laro, makikita mo sa Axel, active siya na,
Yung pangalan niya, andyan talaga.
Oo, nandiyan talaga na. So, kung pagpapiliin ka ng 5, top 5 players mo sa SBC, sino pipiliin mo?
Ano, by position ba?
Per position. Point guard. Sino pipiliin mo point guard?
Jeremiah.
2,
Axel.
3,
Julian.
4,
4. Kuya Julius.
5.
Brandon. No
Ganda ng
bias.
top 5 niya. So, bago maglaro ulit, anong shoutout mo?
Gusto ko lang mag-shoutout sa tanan sa mga Tagalilo. Daang ako nga grupo. Si mama kag si papa, umanghod ko, kung sino pa datanan yung mga boss ko da sa Ililo. Thank you, good. Thank you, good to support.
Thank you so much.
Support NSB.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ang ating second guest, walang iba ako si The Copper Prince, Brad Cabando.
Thanks, boss.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ang last season, first season niya sa SBC, naglaro siya sa For New Life, and season 5, saan ka na maglalaro?
Sa familia.
La Familia. Yan yung mga hinugot ni Jeremy Prince. Yung mga dahilan kung So, Brad, nung pumasok ka sa SBC, ano yung sa tingin mong naging role mo, main role sa New Life?
Boss kung baga, add up lang ako doon. Tapos, parang naganap sila ng point guard. Kasi pagkapalitan ni Jirala, if ever na may ma-injured, hindi naman natin alam. Yun yung pinaka-main ko.
Diba? Siyempre, pumasok ka sa New Life. Alam mo, defending champion. May pressure ba nung naglaro ka agad?
Pressure na makakayanin mo yung challenge ba? Kasi nakalaro ko din na rin sila dati pa.
Kung makakilala mo na sila.
Na kumbaga may game na kami na alam na namin yung isa't isa ba? Na siyempre kung naglalaro ka talaga, ang adjustment mo kailangan mo habaan. Kasi sila intact na sila eh. Kumbaga team na sila eh. Hindi mo sila mababasag kung yun yung magiging role mo as a player. So mahirap i-adjust pero nakukuha naman. Kasi mga mataas din IQ nila eh. Maturity.
halos lahat sa inyo, veterano
maturity, yung IQ, smart sa laro, andun na eh.
Ano yung nagkulang sa inyo kung bakit hindi nyo na-defend yung title? Sa tingin mo lang,
sa tingin ko lang kasi una-una, walang totally back up si Lance Balancio eh. Pag siya napagod, wala na kaming pamalit na...
Si Venon, kaso hindi lagi naglalaro si Venon eh.
Naging na-injured si Venon nung time na yun eh. Natutulog siya.
Kaya buwat na buwat di
yung mga elimination namin, ginaya lang namin kahit masakit yung tapilok niya. So, yun.
Pinilit talaga. Pinilit lang talaga.
Sayang din kasi, syempre, din sila, kumbaga, nandun na ba? Pero yung mga na paglaro namin, yung mga teams, sobrang lakas din nun. Kasi dadaan mo yung Dahlia, may sisig pa.
Hindi biro yung dinaanan nyo nun.
Tapos dumaan kami sa yung hulugan na, Jayhawks pa.
Jayhawks, di ba? Nasundutan nyo yung Jayhawks, di ba?
Swertehan pa namin yun, di ba?
Swerte yun. Talagang, kasi composure nyo, from very start, from the very start until the end eh.
Mm.
Nandun eh.
Alright.
Kung ano yung, ano mo yung composure nyo doon, buong game, hindi nawala.
Mm.
Pero nung, sabi na, pag-usapan natin, semifinals, anong nangyari? Bakit? Sa akin ang tingin ko dyan yung slow start nyo. Bakit nagka-slow start ang New Life
Ano boss,
against ISO?
dumaan kami ng elimination sa ISO. Nung elimination namin laban ISO, maganda nilaro namin nun.
Maganda start nyo nun.
Magaganda sa namin nun. Gumaganon kami. Ang alam ko nung sa semis na namin, nakapag-adjust na yung ISO sa amin.
So,
Bali, yung mga, siguro, sila, nag-review. So, sino yung magiging match up nito, na ganito yung laro. Pero siguro, ginanon din nila. Kasi, unang-una pa lang, niran na kami.
Tsaka, 12-0 yun.
Tsaka, buenas din si Jeremiah that time.
Actually, si Jeremiah, pagdating ng playoffs, semis,
Andun na yung,
laging yung on top ng game niya eh. Di ba? Tapos, dumating sa point na nadapa na, naka-shoot pa rin, no? Pero sa tingin ko, ang turning point nun, nung slow start. Kasi pagka slow start nyo, ang hirap na yung 12-0. Pero, nag-comeback kayo, pero, nung nag-comeback kayo, doon kayo naubos. Diba? Naubos kayo bigla.
Na rin, So, siguro, hindi kasi kami nagpa-practice talaga.
Yun.
Kasi may mga trabaho.
Yun yung number one doon. Kapag, kunyari, naghahabol, natatambakan, doon nakikita kung nagpa-practice ba talaga tong
maganda lang panoorin doon sa board, pero sa real game na, parang kinakapos lahat ba?
So yung, diba, sabi natin point guard ka ng New Life. Nung sa Pilipinas ba, point guard ka?
Yun yung talagang main role ko. Sa dati pa, nung way back elementary pa ako.
Way back.
Doon na yung, yun yung laro ko. Kasi, nag-overseas na rin ako eh. Nag-Saudi ako ng 5 years. Doon din, bullish life din doon. Kahit baliktad yung tulog doon ng mga tao. Kasi, mainit nga. Test 5 years doon. Batak din yung laro doon. Basta Pilipino. Tapos after noon, pahinga ko na isang taon, nag-Dubai ulit ako. Bago pumunta dito. 5 years din. So, ganun din yung, labanan ng mga basketball.
So parang mula dati pa, yun talaga yung kasi smarts ng laro, di ba? Nandun pa rin eh. So, from the experience, no?
Kumbaga, sa basketball kasi, team kayo eh. Kumbaga, merong mga rule ba? Kumbaga, hindi naman, pero, pag nasa floor ka, kunwari, may point guard ka, nakita mo naman laro ko, parang ikaw yung driver eh. I-drive mo lahat yun, kumbaga eh.
At the same time,
At the same time.
Kilala mo yung mga player. Saka sa point guard ba, kinikilala mo yung mga player?
Oo, kinikilala ko kung ano yung
ano ka ba?
Anong magiging role ng isang team mo, kumbaga, weakness niya nga ganito. May strong at weakness ba?
So ganun kang point guard, naging specific ka sa mga small details na ano ba kay nanet?
Yan.
That's a very good knowledge being a point guard. Kasi syempre, pag point guard ka, dapat at basketball IQ mo, at the same time, yung mga player na papasahan mo, teammate mo, kaya mo.
Sa lugar namin sa Ozamis, sa Mindanao.
Sino turo tayo mag-basketball?
Wala lang, kasi sa atin, parang barangay lang eh.
Yung shooting.
Alam mo yung, parang maliit na ring. Tapos, kahit maliit lang na espasyo, tatayuan nyo. Yung nagsimula sa maliit na bola, junior sa atin, 3x3, gano'n, sa atin, kahit wala namang sugal, basta basketball. Talaga,
that's a good example kapag pag, kunyari, yung, sa Pilipinas, kahit wala magturo sa'yo, kasi ang dami naglalaro lagi, di ba? At the same time, hindi ka pinagbabawalan maglaro. Hayaan mo lang mag-shooting, di ba? Doon na tayo natututo eh. Pero, ang pustahan, pagpustahan sa Pinas,
Meron. Kahit sinabi,
nahilig ka sa pustahan.
Kahit sinabi mong wala kayong dalang pustahan, alam mo yung, ilalagay mo lang dito, tapos, yung brief mo, may bulsa pa. Yung ilalagay. May papel doon. Tapos, doon, maraming magagaling. Competitive talaga. Kahit nakapaa, sapatos.
Tsaka, pagpustahan, wala naman sila pakialam kung sapatos.
Wala. Importante dyan, baka paglaro ka, score, panalo.
So, as a point guard, sino ang pinaka-idol mong point guard?
Grow up ako ni sa NBA. Sa ano ni Allen Iverson eh.
Allen Iverson.
Una si Allen.
Hindi naman Paspers yun
Hindi, ayun yung mga, kumbaga yun yung mga napanood ko talaga.
Yun
Sila
talagang,
Mike Bibis, Stephen Marbury, ganon. Sila.
Stephen Marbury.
Sila yun.
Stephen Marbury is like, pero showtime din
Showtime din yun,
So, kaya pala mahilig ka din mag-showtime. Doon mo na tutunan.
Wala.
Oo. Sa PBA, sinong idol mo?
Yung nakita ko talaga, sila Olsen Racela,
Olsen Racela.
Jimmy Alapag, Torion.
Torion.
Yung mga dating-dati pang
Sa lugar nyo, may nag-PBA ba?
Meron din yung Egay Chavez sa amin sa.
kilala ko yun.
Yeah,
Egay Chavez,
5'9" lang siya. Naghinebra siya. Tapos nung PBL time niya, Chowking. Tapos Hinebra, tapos Pure Foods.
Siya lang mag-isa. Chavez, kilala ko kasi Hinebra fan ako. Naglaro siya nung, I think,
Sila Kagiwa. Kagiwa, Helter Brand.
They need a point guard kasi laging injured si Helter Brand nun. So, Egay Chavez yung...
Siya yun sa amin.
Sa new season, La Familia, kasi nabalitaan ko, lagi kayo nagpa-practice. So, seryoso ako sa practice. Ano naman kasi ang kalaban nyo dyan, yung consistency. Ano yung motivation nyo to be consistent in practices or to your main goal as a team?
Actually, team na sila eh. Bari, ako lang yung dumagdag sa kanila, tas may dumagdag pa. So, yung preparation namin sa next season, kasi alam namin, lahat ng teams competitive lahat yan eh. Kaya, sinasabi ko sa kanila na, huwag nyo muna isipin na malakas yung kalaban, advantage sila. Laruin lang natin yung gusto natin ilaro, ilabis natin yung anong natin. Kasi manalo matalo, wala naman tayong mawawala dyan eh. At the end of the day, safety tayo, walang injury, saya lahat.
Safety first.
Parang pero meron na dagdag na player din.
Soon. Soon. So, bago tayo magtapos, ano yung sa tingin mo nakakatulong itong social game ba natin o yung liga nakakatulong sa mental health mo? And why?
Lalo na siyempre dito puro trabaho eh. Kumbaga paglalaan mo talaga yung social game, like casual game, kahit sa isang linggo, makapag dalawa kasi wala, yung trabaho natin yung inuuna eh. Kumbaga,
trabaho. Work first here.
Pero asa talaga, lumaki ka sa ganitong laro, talagang hanapan mo ng paraan na talagang makapag-quick game ka, gano'n,
bago tayo magtapos, i-congratulate muna natin si Boss Brad sa kanyang best bean in Australia ba yan? Oy! Shoutout! Any shoutout bago tayo magtapos?
Yung panalo namin sa Queensland yun, boss eh.
Queensland.
Lahat ng beans na in-entry namin sa Coffee Mentality.
That's good. Any shoutout for your family?
Sa pamilya ko sa Pinas. Kids ko. Bisaya, okay lang. Shoutout sa pamilya na ko sa Pilipinas, sa Mindanao, Tagum, tsaka Osami City. Bagigat kayo lahat. Salamat.
Thank you so much. Right. Next guest natin, walang iba kundi si Mr. Pogi Andre Carlos ng Dom's Garage. Ang MVP nung season 2. Yaks naman. So, Andre, dahil 4 seasons na tayo, ano yung sa tingin mo pinakamahirap na season? Sa 4 na yun. Kasi from season 1, di ba naglalaro ka na? Ano yung pinakamahirap?
I reckon the last season.
Last season. Bakit sa tingin mo?
More competitive teams. Yung champions. Talaga malakas, no? Boleros din. They're new to the league. Real competitive. Good team spirit. Good chemistry. I think the standards, it's just getting better and better every year. So, the last season, for sure.
From dad, honestly. From Papua New Guinea, I grew up in Papua New Guinea.
Same with your kuya.
Same with kuya. We were just playing with, sa mga tito, on Friday afternoons, sa weekends, just playing with older competition. And then I got exposed to it young, and then I moved here to Brizzy when I was 12. And then I got exposed to the club system, rep.
Club system.
Yeah, played club and rep growing up until I was like...
Ano yan, basketball club yan,
Huh?
Basketball club yan.
14. Minor pa ako.
So, nung si Kuya Ambet, Ano yung tinuturo niya sa'yo? Diba, syempre, iba, yung tatay, shooting muna. Anong tinuro ni Kuya Ambet muna sa inyo? Dribble muna? Oo.
Walang shooting si Papa. So, how to read the game.
Basa ka agad. Kumbaga basketball IQ agad.
IQ talaga. And defense.
Defense.
Tapos how to be a good point guard. Kasi when growing up, pass first muna ako. Pass first point guard. But then, as I grew up, developed more, faced better competition, I learned how to adapt my game. Magiging scorer or pass first, defense. So, yung foundations of principles, basics of the game, that's what Dad taught me the most. And then yung skills from coaches, just repetition.
So yung 'di ba, nung lumipat na kayo dito, sino yung unang mga nag-guide sa'yo? Yung as you mature, 'di ba? May nag-guide ba sa'yo o you just matured like just your own?
Yeah, just on my own. Kasi like maybe first at Kuya Marvin, diba? Kuya Marvin Saturday Club. Shout out Saturday Club, OG. From back in the day. Just playing with you guys. And then, I didn't really have like a mentor besides that.
Yung talagang tao dito, yung everyday kakausap ka, ganun.
Wala talaga.
But, you played in UST, di ba? So, ano yung, sa tingin mo nung, from playing here?
Team B.
Pero, you still played in UST. Sa UST. Team B. Ano yung nakita mo difference ng pagbabasketball mo dito, dun sa Philippines?
I honestly had no expectations when I went there. I thought I'd be pretty good when I went there. When I went there, I got humbled quickly.
Like first day pa lang ng practice o tryout?
Practice. Tryout muna.
Tryout.
Tapos yung mga practice din. I got humbled quickly, and it was just with Team B players.
Team B players.
Some of them barely made the cut as well. Yeah, but it just goes to show like the standard of basketball is. I don't know,
Ibang
a lot
level.
faster, more physical. The court, I don't know, feels a lot bigger too. I don't know if the stadium is just big but it was tough.
Kasi
Everything. All facets of
pag
it.
naglalaro ka dito, ikaw pinakamabilis, di ba? Pagdating mo doon, parang may kasing bilis ako dito. Tapos matatangkad pa.
One of the smallest guys.
Smallest guy.
Yeah.
Ilang buwan ka nag-stay sa Philippines?
6 months lang 6 months lang.
So, pero nung 6 months na yun, you've been practicing with UST
Yeah.
for the whole time?
Yeah. Oh, maybe like half the time.
Half the time. So, what made you move back here?
My wife, Mimi.
Na-miss? Hindi kaya LDR.
Hindi kaya talaga.
Ikaw kaya mo? Hindi pa.
Hindi.
Joke lang.
And then, my family as well. And I couldn't get used to the lifestyle in the Philippines. Mahirap.
Sa tingin mo kapag tumagal ka doon, yung ikaw ngayon, magiging ganun pa rin? O mag-iiba yung Andre Carlos? Mag-iiba yung Andre Carlos? So,
It'll be completely different.
So, nung bumalik ka dito, di ba, naglaro ka sa team natin, di ba? So, lakas mo nun eh. Pero may mga time na kapag nag-playoffs kami neto ni Andre, lagi siya napipilayan sa social game. I don't know if you still remember that. 2 seasons, lagi kaming number 1 team. Pagdating ng semis namin, maglalaro siya sa social game, lagi siya na-sprain. yun yung medyo,
weakness.
Yung weakness na injury. So, pressure ba na kahit sabi natin, hindi, kapag kalaban nyo, sa tingin mo, hindi kayo kayang talunin. Pero, minsan dumidikit pa rin sa inyo eh. Ano yung sa tingin mo, bakit? Bakit sa tingin mo, bakit ganun?
I think sometimes overconfident kami. Yeah, I think we just sometimes get too ahead of ourselves. And then, I think we're, what's the saying? We're the like masters of our own demise. Like we're beating ourselves up. At the end of the day, our mentality is what like takes us down most of the time. Because we'll take teams a bit too lightly, or we put too much pressure on ourselves. forget to play as a team. Yeah.
Kasi yung I think season 4, you're not that active as season 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Season 1, medyo hindi ka din active
Oh.
kasi you've been busy to your work, I think.
Yeah.
Tapos, etong season 5 ba, what can we expect from Andre Carlos?
From me?
Yeah.
Season 5? Shit, nothing.
Are we gonna see you every game or?
Oh, I don't know. You probably won't even see me at all.
Oh,
Yeah, because me and my wife are having a kid.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We're having a baby on the way, number 1. So
Kailan
that's
ano?
my-
Kailan yung
April.
April.
Oh.
So,
maybe you might like. I'll still be in the lineup,
but you won't be playing.
not as active.
Oh,
I'll
syempre.
pick and choose. Yeah, I have bigger priorities now. So
Junior Mr. Pogi.
project level.
Project level. Ay, baby girl. So, kasi you're one of the best defenders sa liga natin eh. And at the same time, overall player, you're one of the top. Sino yung sa tingin mong top 5 mo? Yung sa tingin mo sa SBC ta?
Oh yeah.
Sino yung ipanglalaban mo sa ibang state, sa ibang liga?
Yeah.
Pili ka ng 5. Point guard, sino yung point guard mo?
top five?
You can choose yourself.
Nah, I won't choose myself. I'll pick a different 5.
Who's your point guard?
Definitely, I'll go with Jeremiah.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Golden Boy.
Golden Boy. How about your shooting guard?
I'll put. Oh, we're there. Axel. I'm torn between like Axel and like Leroy.
Axel or Leroy?
Yeah.
Sa shooting guard. So,
Yeah.
let's keep that way.
Yeah.
Axel or Leroy.
Guys,
Who's your small forward?
Jules.
Julian? Your power forward?
Roy. Maybe Brett. I'll go Brett. Yeah, big boy Brett.
Big boy Brett. And
Yeah.
your 5 will be?
Either. Probably go Lance or Brandon.
Lance and Brand.
Yeah.
And for you, who's the most difficult player to guard?
Oh. I don't know.
Kahit sa tingin mo, walang kaya mong depensa. Pero sino yung nahihirapan ka? Kanino?
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Wala pa.
Maybe Jules or
Julian?
Jeremiah as well.
Jeremiah.
Yeah, he's a tough player. It's
So
just
Jeremiah and
recent.
Julian.
Recent battles. Yeah.
And you think you those two are one of they're the best player?
Yeah,
In
one
the
of,
league?
easily. Yeah, easily. They're like types of players that can score in many different ways. 3-way scorers.
Yeah.
They can play. Yeah. Anyway, paint, floaters, mid range.
All around there.
Yeah, from the 3, and they know how to share the ball too. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Not just solely scoring. Yeah.
Okay, before we finish, any shout out?
Champion. Yeah. This season, whatever season, we'll make it. We'll make it 1 year.
Malay mo sa season 10. Di ba malaki yung Ate, she'll remember.
At least.
Any shout out, Dre?
My wife, my family, mom, dad, Ate, you and Ate Lo. Running one of the best leagues I've ever played in, especially here in Brizzy. Even with the other leagues, I played in Chinese leagues, fucking Aussie leagues, whatever league it is. This one's like one of the best in terms of production, commitment, quality, consistency. You guys put it on every week. And then, Dom's Garage, of course, always number 1. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Andre. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, KZ.
Good luck. Our next guest is none other than Donald Duck. Donald Ducks. Donald Cruz from Mighty Ducks. Yan.
Go the Ducks.
Well, your first season 4, isn't it?
That's correct. Yeah. First season. Joined the Mighty Ducks.
How do you feel playing for Mighty Ducks and in SBC?
Yeah. Honestly, it's been a bit of a surprise. Like I didn't expect the physicality and competitiveness, but I soon later found out, the first couple of preseason games and especially the first couple of games have been quite tough. But yeah, we just decided to join the team because of Brian Kaligasan, like my teammate.
Brian,
So shout out to him.
The rugby boy.
Rugby boy, that's right. So, yeah, we eventually were working together, and he said, "Hey, you're Filipino. Do you play basketball?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Of course, I play
That's it.
basketball."
That's the main question.
And that's right. He said, "Come along to Thursday night. I'll show you to the crew." And there it was. Joined the Mighty Ducks with Drew and the Sea Brothers.
In the
Physical-
league, yeah.
Yeah, well, lucky I play a lot of tennis and a lot of physical sports. I used to play rugby league as well.
Oh, true. Yeah.
So yeah, I was mainly a winger.
So it used to be like really fast and
Oh,
quick.
just like Brian.
Yeah. So, that's how I learned the bit of physicality there. And I used to do a lot of gym as well, like, on my spare time. So before I played, at SBC, I used to gym, 3 to 4 times a week.
Yep.
And yeah, that's how I started
To get a bit bigger, and just try and get into fitness, get into shape, because I was a bit bigger. Like I was 88 kilos, but then playing the center position for the Ducks, they really needed a center in that position. So I had to, take one for the team and sacrifice myself in a role to play center.
Yeah, true.
Back in Roma, where I'm originally from, which is about 6 hours west of Brisbane. Essentially, we just had a Filipino community. So a lot of the fly in, fly out sort of titos used to come and work in Roma.
Yeah.
And they used to have like a Sunday basketball where I used to just come and play and shoot the ball.
Yeah.
And then, my dad used to play a lot of basketball as
Were
well.
you already told that back then?
Oh, I was a bit short. But then, then I ended up growing a bit taller. So
Tall, yeah.
I used to play a lot of point guard, shooting guard in my sort of career. So didn't really take it seriously in high school, but in university, I created my own team and it was
Is
pretty
your
fun.
dad tall too?
My dad's about 5'10", so my mum's Filipino. She's about true 5'1", and her dad's like 5'9", 5'10".
So after playing in SBC for one season, like last season, what moment or what game do you think is the welcoming game for you? It's like welcome to the league.
I think the welcome to the league moment would have to be against Health Club Select. We had everything was against us. Being from the last season, the My Ducks didn't perform too well, and we're coming to an undefeated team.
Yep.
But we just got together and said like, hey, let's just play our own style, our own brand of basketball, which is fast pace. And I just bought into the role, and just they needed a physicality and needed some passing. So lucky being a point guard, I can play the point forward role. And that was like my welcome to the league moment.
Welcome to SBC.
SBC, like the Health Club Select were like a really talented team, and it was a bit physical, like versing Jeremy, 6'4", and but I just had to hold my own against him, and he was a really good player, and it's a great league to be in. So I think it was just everyone bought into their role. So I had to be a bit more physical, setting some hard physical screens, because I think there was a bit of mentality like we were going into the game like, oh, we're about to lose to Ninos, but I just said, hey, let's just do those 1%ers right, setting the screens, passing, and making diversions to help the team. So help, Jordan at the time was our main point guard, Da Boy and Rugby Boy. So we just had to essentially, play our own roles to let everyone lift up. So I was really tired that day because I had tennis for 2.5 hours in the morning. So if you look at my stat sheet, I only had 1 rebound, but I think I just bought into the role of like setting my picks, getting the ball and passing it, and just being, getting the rebound and just being a diversion. So I think that's the way how we play winning basketball.
Right. So that's going from season 4. Let's say you improved so much. What do we expect from Mighty Ducks on season 5?
That's another great question. I think we'll play a lot more of our branded style of basketball, which is run and gun. So not necessarily fast breaks, but like we like to push the ball. We like to, shoot our threes and get to the open man. I think, we did that really well against Boleros, and that really unlocked us with, Coach Brunel. Shout out to him. He devised a game plan that, that allows everyone to thrive. And, we have absolute work engines in the middle. So, the, Justin Bieber and Rugby Boy. That's our engine, and we listen to those leaders and we try to, emulate and push for each other. Well, as you know, like the Mighty Ducks, it's a bit of a family friendly team. Like we'll be pretty much running back with the same crew. We just had an addition of a center, and we're just doubling on our guards. So, with that philosophy of, space and pace. Cause I like to see ourselves as a bit of like a San Antonio Spurs or like, Indiana Pacers, sort of fast movement, threes, breaks, and we just try to outrun the other team. So it doesn't matter if they, out physical us, but if we can outrun them, make them tired,
that's what will gain the advantage.
Okay.
So we'll just stick to that. I think, we were called the dark horse because I think, like from their last season, you know, they didn't have any centers, didn't have any bigs, and they were always just losing the games. So whenever like you didn't want anyone to lose against the Mighty Ducks, but I feel this season we actually built a name and brand for ourselves that, you know, not to be messed with. And yeah, I think that's why, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That was, a pretty tough one because, last time I ever saw my mum was at a SBC game. She came to watch, the rookies, the Toowoomba team.
Yep.
And, essentially she was there cheering me on. And that was probably the last time I get to saw her. She was screaming out loud, cheering. She just wanted to support me.
Yeah.
But then, unfortunately she passed away. God rest her soul. But then, I had to come back and play probably 2 weeks after her passing. And then, had the game of my life against Boleros. And I think it can be attributed to, following the San Antonio Spurs. Cause like, I really like Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker.
Tony Parker, yeah.
The way they played that style of basketball where they, you know, they're very selfless, they're very passing.
Yeah.
They're always team first. So it's not that egalitarian team. So even though I got an open shot, I'll pass it to make sure it's 100% shot. So I feel like that's the sort of style and the person that I aspire to be. So I think, my idols, Tim Duncan, and obviously my mum being, you know, very strong, growing up in a strong Filipino, value household.
Yeah.
You know, very matriarch sort of family where mum rules the family. But, you know, she really instilled to me, like with the community, you know, always take care of one another.
Yeah.
Even though you're having a bad day, you're supposed to, you know, uphold and lift the spirits up. So, I think that's why.
Yeah.
So what, I think it was, you know, coach really got around the circle, before the Boleros game. He gave us a bit of an ultimatum. He's like, hey guys, if we really want to make Division 1, like he's not trying to scare us, but this is the game to play. This is the time to be, like, to show who you are.
Yeah.
And essentially I thought, I was practicing. I literally could not make a shot in practice. That's why I said to coach, hey, if I'm playing really terrible, please pull me off.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he trusted me to, you know, play the 4. And then all of a sudden I scored 11 points in the first quarter. And just everything just felt, you know, everything was just a wet ball. Like it was just nothing but net. So I think, you know, from there, it's just, I really trusted the team and they had my back and they were very supportive as well. So
you had a monster game that game.
Yeah.
And then Boleros was so shocked that, you know, like you guys can play against them too well.
That's right.
Like,
It was a bit of a shock because, like, you know, I really wanted to play against ISO, but unfortunately, you know, that was my mum's 40 days. But, you know, shout out to Ninos, Health Club Select and Boleros and to making the final. Actually, saying that to Brian the other day when we were playing social basketball, like, it's just a good community. Like, I feel like coming on Tuesday, Thursday basketball, it's very therapeutic. Like, you're just catching up with mates.
Yeah.
You know, just shooting the ball, how you're going. It's a bit of like a, you know, mental health check with the boys and, you know, shoot a couple of threes, get a couple of rebounds. It's all in good fun. And, you know, I really enjoyed, you know, having that community aspect where, you know, Filipinos, no matter what, like, you know, they're bringing food to sell or that sort of stuff. And I think it's just that mateship that, you know, some people have like, some Filipinos are coming here just to come and play for the league, but they're not really here from Australia, but it's just good to connect.
Yeah. Because, when I first saw you play, like Brian always like teach you where to go, how to box out.
That's right.
Yeah. So pretty much like when you learn basketball, you're not a big man type of player.
That's you spotted that right.
Tall, but
deep down, I'm actually a point guard. So in my Wednesday league, I play point guard. So it's a bit of
way
an adjustment.
different.
So I built a team where you know they're taller than me. They're like 6'4", and I just play shooting guard, point guard. But for this team, they really need a center. So that's why I have to adjust from a Wednesday game to a Sunday game. So Brian's like, you know, trying to push me to box out. And I'm like, okay, I have to be a center now. So I think that's the reason why.
So before we end, any shout outs?
Shout out to my family, the Roma community who follow, the Mighty Ducks because of, Brian Caligasan. There's a nephew.
Rugby boy.
Yeah, rugby boys, aunties there in Roma. So, the whole of the troops out there, all my family in Brisbane, my sisters, mum and dad, and my girlfriend Jen. So it's a wonderful league to be a part of and can't wait for season 5.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
thank you
Don,
so
for your
much.
time.
Appreciate it.
Good luck on next season.
Cheers. All right.